Hate Story 2 is a 2014 Bollywood erotic drama thriller film directed by Vishal Pandya and stars Sushant Singh, Surveen Chawla, and Jay Bhanushali in pivotal roles. I've been wanting to make this review for quite some time now, and I wanted to do it yesterday because what happens is in the morning there's a lot of drilling that happens, and this is happening every day now. So if you're hearing some drilling noises, that's why. I'm left with no options here. So what I normally do is I watch the movie at night and review it straight after. So by the time around midnight I start shooting and then go to sleep, and then the next day start on editing. What yesterday, even starting at noon, yesterday I witnessed 2 power cuts. Once it happened at night too, so I couldn't really shoot. I watched the movie, but by the time I started to begin shooting, electricity kind of just gave up on me, so I have no option but to review this in the next day morning. So if you hear the noise, it's because some guy is drilling downstairs, and it's been happening for quite some months. Hate Story 2 is the first movie that Vishal Pandya actually directed. He has only directed 2, 3, and 4. And Hate Story 1 is done by a different director, and I'll get to that next. And then I'll get to some of the new movies. What can I say about Hate Story 2? It's the most cinematic hate story that I've ever seen, and compared to others, this one feels way more cinematic. And this is the movie which I really feel like Vishal Pandya actually gave a damn and wanted to actually give a good movie. I'm going to bash on Hate Story 3 here, because even though that is still the most entertaining hate story of the 3 which I watched, this one feels way more cinematic, and this one feels way more well directed compared to others. Because what happened was, in 3 there was a lot of cartoonish moments and childish moments which didn't really feel like it belongs there. And another praise which I'm going to give this movie is the fact that this is one of the only movies that I have seen which justifies the title Hate Story, because this one, the revenge is actually fueled on hate, and the movie at least tries to show you why, the motivation behind all of this. Because the first 1 hour is all the motivation leading to the murder of Sushant Singh, because you know it's going to happen. Song wise, I don't really understand this though. Why do all the garbage movies have all the great songs? Because here the songs are the best. I would really love to watch all these as an album. In the movie, it's like wow. The only song which was garbage for me was Sunny Leon's item number, that Pink Lips. I hated that song. It didn't really need to be there. It could have just cut that out. I feel like you just needed to justify your marketing that Sunny Leon is in the movie, so you just casted her with a horrible song. It just didn't really fit with the movie. Performance wise, Surveen and Sushant Singh are the best actors in this movie. They're the ones who actually feel like, you know, I'm in a movie, I'm just gonna give it my 100%, even though it's garbage. I think that was the thought process, because these two, whenever they're on screen together, just alleviates all boredom. And I cannot believe I'm telling this about Hate Story of all things, but yeah, these two are the best actors here. But again, that is offset by some of the worst acting by Jay Bhanushali and the guy who played the policeman. Srinath apparently is his name. These two are the worst actors. Let me give you an example as to why though. Jay Bhanushali interacting with Surveen here. She just explained herself as to why she cannot be with him. Mostly because Sushant Singh is the main villain and he will kill him, and that's exactly what happens. If you've seen the trailer you would know, but why would you? So what happens is he tries to console her and tries to convince her that you stay with him. But the way he speaks is like, he speaks like this. I don't know why he's speaking like this. Like whenever he's uttering a dialogue at that time, and this is the only time he does this, he just moves like this and he kind of dances like this when he speaks. It was kind of funny. I don't know who directed him to speak that way. The whole time I'm thinking like, why is he dancing? Another part is that after he convinces her that we will go somewhere far away where Sushant Singh can never find us, the next logical step will be to go to Goa. I mean, Mumbai to Goa is only 600 kilometers. You can reach there in half an hour. I checked this on Google just to confirm myself. Another thing is that they kind of portray Siddharth Kher as this very smart guy who you should not mess with. He's a very dangerous dude, but he has done nothing to showcase that. Everything he's done in the movie is mostly based on luck. Like, for example, like in the beginning of the movie, Surveen actually hitches a ride to get to her old house where she lived with Jay, but in a stream of luck, one of the police guys spots her while she's driving because of the vehicle checking and everything. And yeah, what a coincidence that she was just happened to be going through that route, same route. And what a coincidence that she actually wanted to say something to the police dude. Most people just say quiet and just move on with their day. There are a lot of scenes like this. Hate Story is always marketed as an erotic thriller, but there's hardly any erotic things in this movie. So I don't know if that's a positive or a negative. For me, that's somewhat positive because it's very awkward to see such scenes in theaters. I mean, just whenever I watch a movie, I try to immerse myself into thinking like I'm in a theater watching this, or I'm in their world if the movie is very good. It's so awkward just to sit in a theater with everyone watching an erotic thriller. I would never go and do any of those things. The movie was only 2 hours or something, so it was very short. At the same time, it didn't really bore me. The problem with it was the story and everything else in the movie is just very underwhelming, and compare that to the worst acting by the two people who I actually wanted to give a damn. It's a very big mess, to be honest. Well, in any case, I'm giving Hate Story 2 a 4 out of 10. Yeah, it's the same as Hate Story 3, but comparatively, I would rather watch Hate Story 3 if given the choice, because I kind of like the casting choices better and the flow of things, and it's a bit more entertaining than 2. But story-wise, I would much rather watch Hate Story 2. So we're in that kind of a dilemma. One of the biggest letdowns in the movie is the characters. It's just that they are in the movie, they exist, but you don't know who they are. You know what they are, but you don't know who they are, if you catch my drift. The problem with it is that, take Sushant Singh's wife in this movie, for example. She has zero role in this movie. You could have taken her out and you would have the exact same movie. Surveen Chawla actually uses her in the climax to actually kill Sushant Singh, but apart from that, she offers nothing. And if you really look at it, she would have gotten Sushant Singh either way because he's the villain. He's going to die. So even if she was not there, the movie would have turned out exactly the same. Look at Jay Bhanushali's character as well. You know what he is. He's basically the love interest of Surveen, obviously. But you don't know who he is. You don't really give a damn about any of these characters. Based on performance alone, the only characters that I gave a damn was the villain and the main female, Surveen. The other biggest problem that I had with the movie happens in the last 30 to 40 minutes of the movie. It felt like the last 40 minutes really felt like a completely different type of direction, because it didn't really feel consistent with the movie at all. It's when the Sushant Singh actually becomes insane, and the directing that happens in the movie is so different that it just didn't feel consistent with the movie. I don't know why everything went downhill from there, because Sushant Singh was doing so well in his performance up until that point. After that point, it just became like a parabola where it goes down and then it goes up. I don't know what happened, and all these reasons make this one a complete dumpster fire of a movie. If I was not reviewing this, I probably would have just avoided these movies altogether, because I don't really watch these kinds of movies. If I am going to recommend this movie to anyone, I would say strictly absolutely not. But if you are thinking of, just watching a bad movie simply for this, after knowing it's a bad movie, and you just want to be entertained by all of it, I say watch 3. There are some entertaining things in 2, but I say just watch the third one. That's the one which you'll be really entertained by. Otherwise, I would just say skip it. Thank you guys so much for watching though, and I really appreciate it. If you don't mind, please give this video a like, share this video with your friends, and comment below what you thought of the movie. Which hate story did you like? And also mention why did you watch all the hate stories. I really would like to know your thoughts on the movie too. Just don't forget to hit subscribe and hit that bell icon too, so that you'll be notified of my videos. I'll see you in the next hate story, the last one. Bye.